Thank you, and welcome, everyone. My name is Jens Rabe. I'm the COO of unblu, and I'm joined here today by Luc Haldeman, who's our CEO. Today, we're proud to present our secure messenger for the banking industry. Secure Messenger is a capability that is built into the unblu suite that also features other collaborative capabilities such as co-browsing or video chat. You're going to see that in a minute in the demo. Our key value proposition is to provide an in-person experience online in your digital channels. So in other words, what our software does is it provides you the ability to recreate that in-person sit-down experience you would have with your banker just using digital channels. And that actually does quite some wonders for a lot of our customers because it allows them to drive a conversation forward with their clients much more actively because it's much less intrusive. You don't have to actually schedule a meeting. You don't have to go into a very intrusive process. You can actually drive the conversation forward. And what that looks like is what we're actually going to show you right away in this little demo. So without further ado, let's start the demo. We start off by showing you the mobile channel and how me as a visitor or me as a client for the bank would be using the mobile device, and Luc's going to be my client advisor, and he's going to take me through kind of the investment process. So first off, imagine me sitting in a train in the morning. I want to schedule a meeting with my client advisor. All I have to do is I have to log into my e-banking environment on the mobile device. I have a WhatsApp-style application in there that is pretty much recreated from everything that we know around the consumer space. And I can go in and I can see Luc is apparently online. So I can say, hi, Luc. Thanks for the advice last week. Just to line up a conversation and see whether he's got some availability for me today.
As a relationship manager, it's quite handy for me that I get the message the way I get WhatsApp messages on my mobile phone. And the only difference, of course, being secure and fully compliant for banks. So I get the message from Jens, and I'm responding to him with a special offer that I have right now, so I'm going to elevate the conversation.
Perfect.
Asking him if he has time.
And that's excellent. And while Luc's telling that, I don't really have any, don't have time right now. How about this afternoon? So I can kind of schedule and line up a conversation and get in touch with Luc, who can drive the conversation forward. So Luc's going to probably respond back to me.
So, yeah.
We can have Luc's screen real quick. So he's going to respond back to me and just alert me of the fact that he's got some availability there. Let me just refresh that screen here. Here we are. That's actually not working, Luc.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a demo glitch here. Here we are. Good. So what I'm doing right now is I'm jumping over into the other channel that we have available. The other channel is obviously an e-banking channel. I would use that much more so when I want to review the portfolio. And that's really the key to the proposition here. So I'm using the mobile to line up the conversation and talk to my client advisor. But what I can then later do is I can say, you know what, I've got time in the afternoon. We can use my e-banking application with my portfolio as the backdrop to the conversation. Because then we can really drive forward any investment proposal. So I can tell Luc that it's the afternoon now. I have time. Let's go. And we can start off into a conversation where Luc can drive a lot more transaction with me. So we switch over to Luc's screen to see what the relationship manager can actually go for.
So to make that conversation a little more personal, I'm going to start a video conversation.
I'll accept that.
And we have
Luc's going to see me here.
The video screen here. And in addition, I want to see and look over his shoulder to see where he's at in the application, inside the portfolio. I'm going to start co-browsing with one click. He approves co-browsing, and I get the backdrop of what he is seeing right now, and can go ahead and mark things.
So that's very important. You see Luc's screen right now. If you go back to my screen, that's actually the screen of the e-banking application. So we tap into the secured application and replicate the view over to the client advisor. So the client advisor can actually use what I see in order to drive the conversation forward. He can further augment that conversation. As you can see here, we've got some proposals going, and he can show me some external content as well. So we can start off a virtual browser here, and we can look at some investment opportunities that he wants to run me through. Those can be public opportunities, ETFs, or other products that we want to look at. And he can also share documents with me and have those documents come up in the collaborative session. So there's a document that just came up here. He's showing me the document. I've got the document also over in the conversation in my audit trail, which is very important because obviously I want to use that content in order to drive the conversation forward later in the day. So with that, I can say thank you, Luc, and we can end the conversation here. He can leave me with some additional content, and I can review the content later on. So in summary, what you just saw is a completely changed approach to how you would be looking after high-value clients that you have for your bank. Because what you can do is, rather than actually scheduling in-person meetings, you can use all of your digital channels in order to drive a conversation. I think there's a lot of talk about conversational banking. We believe this is conversational banking, because you can take an event, you can line up with a client in a very unintrusive way, you can fix an appointment, you can exchange ideas, and you can actually be there when that moment of truth for the client is there that will drive the transaction forward. If you like what you saw, we invite you to come and see us at our booth, and we wish you a wonderful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.